Welcome to home to Naori. Just 400 kilometers north of Beijing is your perfect summer escape. Ready to drive across endless grasslands? Every dream begins with an open-top adventure. Hidden deep within the vast sandy wilderness is a landscape few people ever discover. Crystal clear water, graceful birds, and a breeze scented with grass and wildflowers. Clouds drift across the sky, and in the height of summer, this is the land at its most beautiful. We've arrived in Zhenglan Lake. It feels like stepping into a fairy tale. This is Duolun County, and right beside me is Duolun Lake. We're driving along its scenic lakeside road. The best way to experience Duolun Lake is definitely by car. We're taking the western route, which stays a little closer to the lake, but there aren't any trails that let you walk down to the shoreline. So all you can do is admire the lake from a distance while enjoying the drive beneath this beautiful tree-lined road. But now that we're in Inner Mongolia, in a place as open as Inner Mongolia, how could we not get right down to the water's edge? So we're leaving Duolun and heading for Zhenglan Banner. The Hunshandake is half desert, half grassland and lakes, a landscape you have to experience for yourself. But before the magic of the journey, we found something even more breathtaking, a mirror-like lake reflecting the entire sky. The water was perfectly still, birds glided across its surface, and every ripple seemed to stir the clouds above. For a moment, I couldn't tell whether this was the journey I'd dreamed about for so long, or a midsummer dream come to life. We're on a rough country road now, but that's the beauty of Inner Mongolia, even the roughest roads come with incredible scenery. The sun is pretty intense, so Xiaomi, switch the panoramic roof to shade mode. The roof blocks UV and infrared rays. It was transparent earlier, giving everything a slight blue tint. Once you switch it to shade mode, it turns almost completely opaque. For summer road trips, it's definitely the more comfortable setting. The country road we're on is in pretty rough shape. It's paved, but the surface is covered with cracks and broken patches. This car is equipped with dual-chamber air suspension and CDC adaptive damping. In comfort mode, the suspension stays at its standard ride height while the damping softens, soaking up bumps with impressive composure. It absorbs impacts smoothly, rebounds cleanly, and keeps the body remarkably stable and comfortable. After leaving the rough highway behind, we finally arrive on the endless grassland sky road, like driving straight into a desktop wallpaper. We've officially left the pavement behind and are heading deep into the grasslands. If we said we'd drive right to the lake, then that's exactly what we're going to do. Now we're crossing the heart of the Hunshandake. Xiaomi, switch to off-road mode. Off-road assist will change the vehicle settings. Confirm. Confirmed. The terrain here is incredibly varied. We're deep in the Hunshandake, with soft sand everywhere. After the rain, the trail is also filled with deep ruts, muddy craters, and standing water. We're about to cross this puddle now. It's a little deeper than it looks, but the traction is rock solid. Smooth as butter. In off-road mode, these ruts are no problem. The raised suspension provides plenty of ground clearance. Intelligent all-wheel drive sends power where it's needed most, while the ELSD adds even more traction. By actively balancing torque between the rear wheels, it keeps traction available almost all the time. Whether it's mud or soft sand, the car moves through the heart of the Hunshandake with remarkable stability and confidence. Driving the Xiaomi YU7 GT across the Hunshandake really is an incredible experience. A true GT deserves to be driven somewhere this open, where you can enjoy the freedom of endless skies. Doesn't this feel more and more like a dream? Grasslands rise from the desert, lakes shimmer across the prairie, clouds drift in their reflections, and here I am, completely immersed in the moment. Right then, my friend Xingxing arrived. Hi, everyone. You picked the perfect time. This is the most beautiful hour of the day. Absolutely. The golden light over the grassland is stunning, and it's the perfect time for photos by the water. Of course, every midsummer dream is even better when you get to share it with a good friend. We changed into lighter clothes, climbed into a small boat, and drifted onto the lake. Paddling toward the sunset, I imagined becoming a seabird gliding across the water, free to roam between the sky and the earth. Or maybe it was simply nature embracing us, letting us become a tiny part of its vastness, completely free, completely at peace. We let the boat drift with the sunset, trading the last golden light of day for a sky filled with stars. Or maybe it really was just a dream. Even after waking up, I was still surrounded by these magnificent grasslands. Now it's time to switch into sport mode. This is exactly the kind of road where big power comes alive. I prefer the steering in its heavier setting. It feels more precise and more connected, especially with the Alcantara steering wheel and carbon fiber trim surrounding you. Out here, horsepower alone isn't enough. Great handling is what really makes the drive enjoyable. We're on a winding grassland road with corner after corner. The suspension delivers excellent support through every turn, keeping body roll to a minimum. The active side bolsters hold you firmly in place, so both you and the car stay composed through the bends. Staggered tires, combined with the ELSD, make sure all that power reaches the ground with confidence. Together with the GT driving character, the car feels completely at home charging across this endless green landscape. It felt like waking from another dream, as if I'd spent the night beneath an open sky. I couldn't help wondering what was real anymore. A boat beneath the stars, hope rising from an oasis in the desert, the wind carrying us wherever our hearts long to go, and still water reflecting the world upside down. Dream or reality, I followed the evening breeze into the vastness of the open land. Perhaps it was never just a midsummer dream. It was simply a journey, shared with the Xiaomi YU7.